Happy day after Thanksgiving, peoples. How's it going today, Chris? You feeling all right?
I'm feeling good. I don't ever eat a whole lot on Thanksgiving anyway. And yesterday was a weird Thanksgiving. So
I did really great. I'm like, because I've been pretty on it for like about 2.5 weeks now, and
then,
I was doing great. It just wasn't super hungry. You close that freaking door. It's gonna drive me crazy. So anyway, I was doing great. I ate like a piece of turkey, a giant thing of like mashed potatoes and stuffing. That was it. And then I ate a piece of pie. I'm like, okay, I'm done. But we did it at like lunchtime. So that was at like 2 o'clock, 1 or 2 o'clock. And then around 8:30 p.m., it hit me like a brick wall, like I'm freaking starving. And then I ate like a giant plate of stuffing and then an entire pumpkin pie, basically.
So you continued your entire pumpkin pie tradition.
Yeah, yep.
How was it? How'd you feel this morning?
Terrible. Awful. Because, I've been eating well, and then to eat like crap, it makes it 10 times worse. If you're practiced, it's like, you're going to go ride your bike 20 miles. If you ride your bike for 10 miles every day and you ride 20, no biggie. But if you just jump on the bike and ride 20 miles,
it's going to hurt.
So I woke up this morning, and then I went to the gym. So I went to the gym. That's good. So I went and worked out on Thanksgiving in the morning and Thanksgiving. And so I went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I went this morning, even though my alarm went off. I hate waking up to an alarm, but my alarm went off, and I'm like, screw it, I'm not going. Then I heard my mom was sneaking around. She drove in to get a table or something like that. I heard the driveway I think someone driving in, and then I'm like, well, I'm awake. Let's go. I went to the gym and got freaking annihilated. And so, I'm vlogging today. We're doing Michael Wabba's doing a vlog, and then I'm doing some live stream stuff, and we're doing this. So it's a good day. We're off to a really good start.
Very busy day.
Yeah.
That's good though. Let's see. Got a couple of quick questions here in the chat. Let's see. There were a couple people who were excited here. I wanted to read one. Works M3 on Instagram. My order status was shipped by 9 a.m. Amazing job today, team. So they already placed their Black Friday ordering. We got it out this morning. Let's see. I'm gonna tell you guys. We shipped 203 orders before lunch. 285 boxes, I think, was the total count. As of now, we've shipped 344 boxes and 245-ish plus a couple orders.
Nice. And we're in about 67 plus, so we're about 875 orders or so between yesterday and today.
Yeah.
Because I snuck it in there late.
Yeah, what happened? Your dad told me you turned it on at 9 o'clock or something.
Yeah. I told Bryce to just turn it on early.
So I guess people noticed, because there was a lot last night too.
Yeah, 56,000 or so last night. Yeah. So, we're doing great. Let's keep it moving. Keep buying stuff, people. This is what affords me the ability to do this and chase the next thing. Chase the next product. Which is sort of jointly benevolent and selfish, right? It's that I want to do it, and then it just gives me stuff like this. Gives me rocket fuel to get stuff created and get stuff done and get stuff that I think that I know that I want it. Then many of the people that are watching this want it too. So that's kind of the win for those of us who have a reasonably sized brain that can sort of figure out what's going on here and what we're doing. And for all those who are like, you're just making this guy rich. I said, well, maybe, but you should only get rich if it's like a value. Otherwise, you shouldn't. So if it's not a value, then no one would buy it. Seems pretty simple to me. But I think most people that are just simple people don't understand how that business works. And, what am I going to do? I'm trying to teach them, but they won't listen.
Can't win them all. Let's see. 2 more people, Kirk and Spencer, both ordered just after midnight last night and already got their confirmation on shipping, so that's cool.
Eventually, hopefully, the orders keep rolling in and we kind of start to dig a hole here.
Right.
I mean, that's what I'm banking on, digging a hole. And that's why I hired all these people. So I want them to be buried. That way it justifies the expense. So, don't get too excited if it takes a couple of days to ship your order, but we're mowing through, orders as quickly as possible, those who got done in first. Usually my dad's face when I told him I wanted every hour, I wanted to print off a Hex Plus list of all the Hex Plus orders. He's like, basically saying, yeah, right. So hopefully you'll help coach, give him a little encouragement on X Plus orders first.
Yeah, to put in perspective for all of you, so last year we had 791 orders all of Black Friday, and right now we have 808 today so far.
2 p.m., yeah.
So, so if you're one of those first couple hundred, yours is gone, and if you're one of the next 600, we're getting to it.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect that we'll probably be done with Friday's orders sometime in Saturday, whereas we weren't done with Friday orders until like Saturday of the next week. And so, we're moving pretty well. And so, and also don't hesitate, eventually some of the stuff on the site is going to show back order. Back order doesn't mean like it's gone and out of stock forever. There's a few things like Swisstrax we're not going to put on back order because it's just not, I don't want you to wait 4 months for it, because who the heck knows, it's really hard to get that. They just don't make a lot of it, and they're just not super motivated to sell it. So it takes a while to get things here. But everything else, like let's say like the Milwaukee tool shows out of stock, or shows on back order, it might take 3 weeks to get it or something like that, but it's not going to be 3 months. And if it is going to be 3 months, we'll contact you. And once the dust settles here in the next few weeks, we'll get with you and say, hey, that particular item you ordered we're having a hard time getting it.
All right, let's see here. Matt Duffy, the good Matt Duffy, not the mean Matt Duffy.
There's a mean one?
Yeah, he was in chat a couple weeks ago. Remember, he's getting all cranky.
Oh.
Wouldn't give him used polishers and old shampoo and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't know anything about that.
So his name was Matt Duffy as well.
So he was mad because I didn't give him free stuff.
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Let's see. So the good Matt Duffy says, curious if you can give us a sense of what will be available as garage giveaway items. I want to buy some stuff, but tempted to hold out until then in order to maximize my entry. So I brought up the list again, so we can give that again real quick.
Yeah, so let's see. So we're going to be doing, both memberships, Hex Lite, Hex Plus. We're going to do a blue version, the black hat we did for the last giveaway. We're going to do a blue version of that, which is pretty, I think we did that black one for the M5 giveaway. So we're doing a blue Richardson snapback hat. We have I don't love key tags, but we have two different a key tag and a lanyard, Obsessed Garage branded, just something inexpensive that if you want to just throw your name in the hat, you could buy. We have a mirror tag, that basically says "Don't wash my car," which would be kind of cool. People have been asking me for that forever. We're doing a dialed in shirt, which I wore in the last Wash and Talk. On the GT4 Wash and Talk, a Obsessed Garage ugly sweater, which was not my idea.
I saw that picture. It looks pretty good.
I don't know if we found the sweater yet. A new hoodie, StormTech version of the hoodie, the one that we had before, which it's their favorite shirt or favorite apparel thing we've made. The banners will be back as an option. A special edition tire dressing, and assuming we get I'm assuming we have tire dressing on order. Mm-hmm. So tire dressing's coming, and the tote of it. Yeah, we need the labels to be here, but we want to do our first. It'll be 150 bottles numbered and labeled with in a Press-All bottle, 500 milliliter version in our with a Press-All sprayer and with our branding and labeling. So it'll be the first trial of that for those who want to get in on that. A custom, which is freaking insane. It'll be Le Mans blue, designed and painted by IND, so it's going to be like legit paint, and it'll be like an Obsessed Garage version of a LHR 15 Mark III. I think we're going to do 50 of those. Then we have a tool grid, Sonic tool grid. I don't know if you really want to call it a sampler. It's a 62-piece set of tools as a way for us to kind of get in, which is like, I think it's like $1,500 worth of stuff that Sonic. I want them to be our option for all tools, not just high-end tools. And so it's we decided we're trying to figure out how to price it so that, because tools have a lot more margin than other items do. And so they're eating some margin, I'm eating some margin, and we're getting like $1,500 worth of tools for like $700, $700, something like that will be an option. So that'd be a way to get a ton of entries. Then what else do we have?
Towel sampler.
Yeah, we're gonna do some microfiber towel stuff, and then it's only gonna be one Milwaukee package, and I'm almost certain it's going to be the new compact torque, compact impact, and the mid torque. So it's going to be the compact and the mid pack. The brand new generation just came out. It'll be like $800, retail. You're going to get, I think, 3 batteries. We haven't finalized it yet, but it'll be like $800 retail for like $650 or something like that. So they're going to create a package for me, and they're eating some margin so that I can make it happen and make a few bucks to help pay for the giveaway. An interior detailing package, exterior detailing package, a GSF package. I gotta call Andrew after this and see. I haven't heard from him about getting that here. A scan grip, the blue scan grip lights, which you see me using all the time in the videos. A beanie, we'll throw a beanie in there as well, and so that's 22 different things, and so I'm hoping to launch GSF, and so there'll be like I said, a GSF wash package. So it's gonna be super cool. A lot of things I think people will want. It's not like just a bunch of throwaway tchotchke junk that you won't want, and you're not stuck with just T-shirts. You can get whatever you want, and the more you buy, the better your odds are, and it's gonna be an $85,000 garage again. And so I think we have it budgeted like $15,000 in cabinets, and we'll figure out where it ends up on how the garage goes. So if somebody has a 5,000 square foot garage, we're gonna have to pick some stuff. But if somebody has an oversized 3-car or something, we can kind of budget those funds toward whatever works. But if you don't have a garage, the second option, and we're not doing a detailing package this time, because that was kind of a waste. There was no real payoff from a marketing perspective on that. The second option will be you can choose, if you don't have a garage, you can choose $30,000 cash, which I know it's not $85,000, but remember the $85,000 doesn't cost me quite $85,000, although it was pretty close in the last one. It theoretically shouldn't cost me $85,000. It's $30,000 toward we're calling it for a down payment on your first house thing. So
yeah, lots of choices and new stuff, which is good.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Oh, Tim is bragging on Bryce in the chat here. He said Bryce fixed a no free shipping issue in 30 seconds flat last night at midnight. So that's cool. Yeah, Bryce is up late. Let's see. Is that the new? First of all, is that the new iPhone 12 or whatever it's called? And then is that the leather Apple case?
No, this is the neoprene, the rubber one.
Okay.
So it's the iPhone 12 Pro Max in blue. So it's the blue case with the blue phone, which is right up my alley. Let's see if I can get it out of here. I don't really love this case. There you go. And this magnet doesn't work, so I might as well take it off.
That's for the mount in the car.
Yeah. I'm going to try putting it in the middle. They have a circle little mount that comes with the red line that I can try. But that one doesn't work. See, the MagSafe is right here in the middle, but the magnet isn't super strong. It's not designed to be like a mount type magnet, so it doesn't work.
All right, let's see. AJ has a question, a quick question here that I can answer. Do you sell the Autofanatic handle that pairs with the Crinsless Stainless Cart?
No, we don't really sell any of those. I think we have a few carts left, but
a few.
Yeah, I don't think he ever really made that for, like, he just makes them one-off for people.
Yes, we don't have just that individual piece.
Yeah.
Henry wants to know, what's the cause on the shortage of sprayers? I wish I knew, Henry, but there were months and months of no sprayers anywhere.
Yeah, they're still problematic.
We get them in just a little bit at a time, and
it's the worldwide craze for sanitization products. So, sprayers are in massive shortage.
All right, we have a super chat here. Some pound sterling from Mark Rogers. Have you seen the new GT3 video on Top Gear YouTube channel? A bunch of questions about that today. Did you see that? What did you think? specifically a question about the wing being on top or something?
Yeah, it's fine. I don't really, I'm indifferent. I don't like the front bumper very much, but I think the rear end of the car looks good. That video, what they're talking about is Chris Harris and Andres Bräuninger, kind of walking through the Porsche garage, which is part of the Porsche Museum, I believe, and I don't know. I guess it was at Stuttgart at their production facility, where they gave some tours, and clearly they flew in some big time influencers, and so Chris, I think, did the best video. Carfection did another one that Doug here in the Villages sent to me when it first came out. I don't know, these guys find it so fast, and so but they basically gave a tour showing all the different generations from the 996.1 to all the way to the the 992, and they gave a couple of teasers of it. It looks great. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. What that video inspired me is I now know, especially the GT4, I now know what my path is. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
I'm going to buy every generation GT3, and that's just what I'm going to have. And I think that's the plan.
So how many generations are there currently?
There's 996.1.2, 997.1. .2, 997 GT3 RS.1.2 4.0. There's the 991.1 GT3, the 911R, the 991.2 GT3, the 991.1 RS.2 RS, 992 GT3, 992 Touring, 992 GT3 RS. I don't count the Speedster. I don't really care about that.
So that's 15?
Yeah.
Is that what that was? And you want one of each?
Correct.
At the same time?
Yes.
So you went from I want to have 3 cars. I don't want any more cars.
Well, I mean, I'm not doing this now.
Right.
This would be later in life.
Eventually.
Yeah. And I think that wouldn't be a real losing proposition, and you kind of hang on to those cars for a long time. So I don't think I don't have the intent, like the last 3 GT3s, I'd unload to get the new GT3. And so I think I'm just going to start getting them. I don't know. We'll see.
So what did you say about the GT4?
Maybe I should pay my taxes first.
Yeah, let's do that first. The GT4 convinced you of this plan?
Yeah, it's just so good. I mean, I have no desire to drive anything else but a GT car. I don't care where I'm going. And I'm going to get a Tesla just for the autopilot for when I can't drive. So I at least can get somewhere. But because it has, autopilot can help me out. It'll at least stop the car if I freak out. And then I think that'll be good therapy for me. I can just use that and then drive around and just press the. I don't know how quickly the autopilot kicks in, but
I think it's pretty quick.
Yeah. So that's the game plan.
Now by then, how many more will have been out? Will there be another 15?
Yeah, no, not that many. I mean, they come out with 3 every 3.5, 4 years, something like that. There's usually 2 years on and 2 years off. And there's been the 911 or there's been the 991, like say 991, 991 Touring, and 991 GT3 RS. And it sometimes it might not make sense to have the GT3 RS, but the Pursuit, the one that I really want is the GT3 RS 4.0, the 997.2.
You know anybody that has one?
Yes.
Have you driven one?
No. I don't want to. I don't like to drive cars before I get them.
You don't like to drive cars when you get them.
I just like cars.
All right, let's see. Ryan has a good question here. Is there any way to know the renewal date of a Hex Plus membership? Yes, Ryan, if you just email support@obsessed-garage, we can look that up for you real quick. So any of you who are looking to renew and you want to time it right with the giveaway, we can get you that information.
Another thing I'll mention is that, I got 3 guys in there answering emails, all day, from whatever, 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. tonight and all weekend. it doesn't do you any good. Don't DM me or start sending me, private messages, because all I'm going to do is forward them on to the support, the queue. So don't, just know that just like shipping, the further into this we get, the more backup we're going to get, and we're going to get through it. We're certainly going to be much more responsive and capable than any other place I've ever ordered from. So we've kind of set high expectations from people, but just know. And I think it's so funny. I've been talking a lot about I'm not in the customer service business, and so I think anybody, again, with half a brain understands when I say that. That's what because the general definition of customer service is that the customer's always right, and that no matter what, you get whatever the customer gets what they want. But that's not a relationship. We have probably the best customer service, on the frickin' planet. It's just that sometimes, you don't get the result you're hoping for, and just like sometimes we don't get the result we're hoping for. And I'm not in the business of just taking it in the shorts every time you don't know how to use something. So that's why I'm asking people to work for it, to help themselves out. And understand that before I started this, none of this service existed. So we're not frickin' Nordstrom. So get out of here if that's what you think it's going to be. Anybody expecting that doesn't shop at Nordstrom anyway, because they can't frickin' afford it. Because if otherwise they would have some experience in life to not be so gosh darn entitled. It's so funny, the people that have the least success in life generally have the most sense of entitlement. Why does that work that way? Warranties are for frickin' babies. Stop buying things based on a warranty. That's stupid.
All right, let's see. Our good buddy James here from, I think it's in North Carolina, Big Head James. Happy holidays, Matt and Chris. Hope Publix was able to take care of all of your Thanksgiving needs again this year. I got most of my stuff at Publix. Did you?
I don't know. My mom.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Mr. Big wants to know, I'm pondering getting an extended ratchet. Yeah. Why do you say the 1/4-inch Milwaukee extended ratchet is your preferred choice over the 3/4-inch version? Seems 3/4 sockets are more useful in the long run.
3/4. It's either quarter or half. The 1/4-inch extended reach, it's 3/8 is probably typoed it, but there's a 1/4-inch, 3/8, and 1/2-inch. But in the extended version, it's only 1/4-inch and 3/8. The only reason the 1/4-inch is preferred, it's 5 foot-pounds less of tightening ability. So it's not really designed to like torque it down. It's designed to just get it tight, and then you can turn it. But the head is a lot smaller, so it can fit in a lot more areas that a 3/8 can't. And so the 3/8 is certainly more stout, more robust, does 5 more foot-pounds of torque, but it's got a bigger, bulkier head on it. But both are good. Again, if I have to have one, I'm choosing the 1/4-inch because I can get in more areas with it. And most of the time that I need that is when I'm in some area where I don't have room to turn. And that's usually in a tighter spot. So I just find myself reaching for the 1/4 more often, even though it's a little smaller and tighter.
All right, Connor wants to know, have you explored built hamber any further, or has Kokimi taken its spot?
No, I don't think it's taken its spot. I'm sure that built hammers has some stuff that makes sense as well. No one's really done what Andrew's done to bring it here and make it available to us. So it's Kosh Chemie is what we're saying now.
All right, Kosh.
That's straight from the Germans. I asked them, and the CEO of Kosh Chemie and the head of training both confirmed it live at the launch event. So we're calling it Kosh Chemie.
Kosh, got it.
And no, I think that the different companies that probably each have 1 or 2 products that are great.
All right, let's see. Duan wants to know, what's the OG approved brand for kitchen appliances, fridge, oven, microwave, etc.? You're a Wolf guy?
Yeah, Wolf Sub-Zero. So Wolf. Here we go again. Wolf.
Wolf Chemie.
WOOF. Wolf, and so Sub-Zero, I believe, purchased Wolf, and so Sub-Zero, Wolf, and then they purchased Asco, which is their dishwasher. And so you take now they have much better reliability than like Viking does. This is from, the appliance experts that I bought all my stuff from. And so I've had amazing. What did I do in 2017? So it's only at 3 years, but I've had mine for 3 years, and it's been super bulletproof, reliable, just like if you had a Whirlpool or a GE or something like that. And so the new house I'm moving to has a Frigidaire, the professional for the fridge. It has like a 36-inch wide freezer, full height freezer, and a 36-inch wide full height refrigerator, and so I'll probably stick with that. But it has I think it's a KitchenAid range, gas range. I might swap that. It has a trash compactor, and it doesn't have an ice maker. I don't know how they do. Maybe it has a water dispenser. Regardless, I'm going to do the same water filtration at that house as I have at this house. Wait till you see the garage plans. If I can get done what I want to get done. It's a 3-car garage, so don't get too excited. But it's a 3-car garage that I'm going to, it's going to be the most densely awesomated garage in the world. I'm going to make up new words for it because it's going to be that freaking awesome.
So then which car or cars will be stored in the garage?
The GT3, GT4, M3, and that's it. And then a Tesla will have to park outside.
All right, we have a question here from Bryce in the chat. He's a mobile detailer in Austin, Texas, trying to get into coatings. He says, have you heard of Beadlock Pro by Shine Supply? And if so, what are your thoughts on it?
Jeremy's a good dude, and he's Jeremy owns Shine Supply. He's in southern, somewhere in California. Jeremy works with is it Warner or B&B? But Jeremy has a very, very good relationship, a lot like Larry Cosilla, has a very, very good relationship with the blender that he's making products. And so just to cue you in on how this works. So you can be obsessed with this, or you can be lazy with it. And so there are dozens, hundreds of local blenders. There's a few dozen large blenders. P&S, for example, is a blender. And so let's say that I wanted to create a product line. I have a great relationship with Bob and Dave Phillips. Dave is the chemist. And so if I were going to create an Obsessed Garage detailing line of products, I would go to Bob and I would start to make, one at a time with them. We'd sit down, and usually you don't even sit down, but I'm sure Jeremy and I'm certain Larry has gone to where he needs to go, whoever's blending. I don't know if Warner or whoever's blending for ammo. So the way this works is that you kind of tell them what you're hoping to accomplish, and you start on the process of testing and trying products, and depending on how obsessed you are, on how deep you get into it, on understanding how to speak the language of the chemist, but you then get exclusivity on that formulation. Now, think of it, a blender has a Rolodex of recipes, and then they can tweak that recipes based on their expertise, and depending on how smart they are on how much they can get done. Now, Larry talks a lot about his father-in-law and his wife are both chemists by education and by career choice. I think his wife might be stay-at-home now, and so he can talk the talk a little bit better, probably a lot better than even like Jeremy and Shine Supply could, where Jeremy could probably talk the talk a little bit better on the the production side of detailing. Larry's more of a collection maintainer type, and he's never had a shop where Jeremy has a shop and a training facility. So these are good candidates for people to develop a product line and to develop something to help get them out of polishing every day. Because I don't know how many years Jeremy's actually, held the polisher, and I'm sure he still steps in at times, just like Larry still, maintains some big name collections. But these are great candidates to go out and to create, their own product line, their own blended version. And so what Jeremy's going to do is he's going to go to the blender, and he's going to say, I want my polish to do this or that. And he has a great relationship with the main guy. I forget who's blending for. It doesn't matter, but he has a great relationship with the company that he works with. and I think that he does everything at one spot. But again, I don't know the whole story. But he, and he doesn't lie or cheat or steal. And, Larry doesn't talk about it, but I don't think either one of them are lying about what they're doing. They're just, they just don't, they don't talk about it a lot, but they're developing products. Just like I went to Mosmatic and we had, Jamie sent me, like, we've had 5 or 6 different drawings come back, and then he'd send me a prototype and I'd say, well, what about this or that, or can we do this? Well, I'd really like to have it have equal length threads, and then that really didn't work with our type of fittings, and so then we went back to the drawing board. So it took us 2 years or so, and so that's kind of how this game is played in detailing, where you go back and forth. And then once you have a product, you choose a scent, you choose a color, and then you create some exclusivity on that recipe. And so, it's the same thing with CarPro. It's the same thing with Geon. These are blended products just in a different country. And then they create a brand around it. So Ammo is a brand built around this blended exclusive product. And Shine Supply is this brand built around this exclusive product. The thing I would argue is that it's really difficult to come up with one great product. So it's even more difficult to come up with, and nearly impossible to come up with, an entire line of great products. And so there's this kind of double-edged sword. If you're a detailer and you're a pro, and you're going to choose, if you choose a single product line, it's easier to digest. It's easier to comprehend. You're going to get better cost structure because you're buying more from one place. But, that kind of goes against everything that I would want as a customer from a person. I want them to use the best, not just be stuck with one product line. I really dislike that with most things. And it actually makes me lose sleep at night that I'm like with Milwaukee. I'm stuck with Milwaukee. But my intent is to have it all, to chase all of it, and to not just use Milwaukee bits because I'm stuck with them, but to get to the point to where, and I'm picking and choosing where it makes sense. Now, with detailing, even if you did invest in an inordinate amount of time on each product, it would take you 25 years to create an amazing product line, and even then, you're still, Meguiar's doesn't have the best product for every application. CarPro has been at it for a long time, doesn't have the best product for every application. So just keep that in mind when you're deciding to go and take on a product line. Now, if you're detailing, you should be using coatings like right now, instantly, and it's so easy. Even if you're just using a consumer-based coating, well, I would wager that I haven't used Jeremy's coating, but Shine Supply's coating is probably not as good as the big boys. So I know that IGL probably has the best support of every any of the pro-only sort of detailing lines, but I would guess that IGL doesn't have the best products, but all the people who use them swear by them because it's their only product. And so if it were me, I would become a certified installer of everything, and that way I could pick and choose. It's freaking simple to get, especially if you're good. It's kind of like when I got my certified financial planning designation, then I could knock them all out because I've got the base. And so you could get, C Cort's Finest, C Cort's Reserve. I would rally to have it all. I want all of it. And they'll fight you on it and say, look, I want to be able to do it. I want to be great. So go get it all. And then you can choose which one you want the most. So that's my little foray into, and I noticed this because there's such a, there was this post in the group about, Larry, and Larry's one of the best detailers in the world, and he's a chemist and all this stuff. I'm like, Larry went to UVA as a business degree. so Larry's not a chemist, and his wife being a chemist certainly probably helped him speak the language a bit, but his wife is not a chemical producer of detailing supplies. And so Larry's not titrating in his garage, and he's never said he is, but he does let you kind of develop that impression, which is smart, because it makes people believe in him, and his product line is good. Is it as good as what we're using here? No, because I'm not choosing one product line. I'm cherry picking from all over the world. And flying around all over the place to go figure out what the best, and talking with with everybody, and I have a keen sense of shopping for crap. So whether that's good or bad is up for debate. It's so funny. I talk about these things, and then people will micromanage every word I say. Like, for instance, I said the other day, I said detailers suck at washing cars. They freaking do. They're terrible at it. I mean, every single one I've met, God bless you, Billy, he sucks at washing cars because he doesn't care about it. He wants to get to the paint correction. He has his crappy bucket, and he's using that stupid Geon sponge, which is terrible. And actually, I think he has some OG buckets now, so he's doing okay. But he just wants to get that done, and eventually he has aspirations to to have a dedicated wash bay. But you can't do that overnight when you wake up every day. You got to get the cars polished. So every detailer I've met, that's like the least of their concerns. So they suck at it because they don't care about it. And so detailers suck by and large at washing cars. I don't detail cars. I'm good at washing cars because that's what I like to do. And I spend a lot of money, like an insane amount of money to get to where we're at with the ability to wash cars. And just wait till you see what I got coming with having dedicated soap tanks and Mosmatic drying system, and we developed that. And it's going to be freaking awesome.
All right, let's see a couple quick comments here. One from our friend Brian out in California, Brian Deal. With regard to your Tesla talk, please don't get the douche license plate. Something about no gas.
Lord.
Put that crap off the road.
That's freaking stupid.
Let's see.
I'm going to get one that says ruining the strip mining or something like that. STRPMNG. Or lithium poisoning or something.
He's probably seen a lot out there in California. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, a bunch of people who think they're reducing their carbon footprint because they're 100% sold that Bill Nye says that the world is ending. So it is. What does anybody... Maybe you should worry about the freaking giant Texas-sized pile of trash that's in the ocean and stop worrying about, making things stricter here so we can't freaking get anything done. China's just melting, uranium into the atmosphere, and you're worried about your neighbor, having a hot rod, for gosh sakes. We got the most efficient homes in the freaking universe. Idiots. They're so stupid.
All right, and then on the customer service bent earlier, Christopher Financial Group chimed in and said, that being said, I have gotten the result I wanted 100% of the time. Best service ever at OG. So sometimes it works. That's
because he was 100% reasonable, probably. It was like, hey, I ordered this. I haven't gotten it. What's going on? We figured out. Oh, sorry. We freaking messed it up. Here you go. And so an entitled person would say, well, you owe me 50% off for that. It's like, get out of here. No. How about 0% off? And how about I just cancel it? Well, I'm not going to be a customer then ever again. Well, that's good news because the next order you get, something's going to be wrong. Or let's say, someone gets an easy detail brush and it's a little matted. Hey, man, we now know that if you get a hairdryer out and just run it across the bristles, then they stand up again. No, this is unacceptable. I refuse. I demand a new one. That's entitlement. Whereas, oh, shoot, man, yeah, okay, I get that. I can do that. Or, your Crinsless shows up with a cracked piece on it. And you say, man, I know this thing's like 60 pounds. Can you send me a new piece? I can use a screwdriver. I'll just pop it off. Or, this is garbage. I'm sharing it in a Facebook group. I can't believe that this is this bad. Instead of realizing it's like 50 pounds and they have to ship it and UPS is still dropping it off the truck, and it's a modern miracle that it gets across the country that way. So when I say we don't do customer service, I'm not interested in the former of those examples. I'm interested in the person who, is interested in being a rational human, and you're going to get 100% service 100% of the time when you're not a dick. It's just the way it works. So, yeah, it's not too much to ask.
All right, Kyle York wants to know which OG Spec locking pliers do you recommend?
Locking? I don't even know what locking pliers are.
He said locking grip vice, but then he corrected.
Oh,
pliers.
He's talking like vice grip. That's a brand. Okay. I get what he's saying. Yeah. I don't know. See, I haven't chased like the expert choice for locking type pliers. I would think it would be the originator would be Vice Grip, but I don't know. And so that's something I would like to know the answer to someday. That's a great question. I would like to know the answers to all these things. And so we're the acquisition of knowledge phase. Like right now, I just booked Cree. Cree is coming here next week. So, and by the way, the Cree representative also represents Lutron. It's like a freaking dream come true. And so I've been talking about lighting forever and ever and ever. And the lights we have are good. I even say it in the description, but they're not great. I want great. And I think my hunch, my spidey senses are telling me, and the experience I've had with Cree is that they're great. They're manufacturing great products. And then, so we'll take on Cree, right, if they'll let us. This is funny. I always got to beg these companies, which is ridiculous. So I take on Cree, and then eventually we realize, well, Cree makes the best troffer, but they don't make the best recessed light. So maybe it's, who knows, Slovenia or something, or Philips or something like that. And so the long-term intent is to eventually just tweak and hone and make things better and make things a little better until we have like this amazing, grouping of everything. But it's going to take me the rest of my life to get there, which is exciting to me. I'm never going to run out of stuff. We could take on any product that we have and go to the nth degree on it. Right now, we're just searching for best of breed of what exists. I'm out shopping the world to try to find what exists, and tools are one of those things that's going to take a long time. And the more clout I get from people buying stuff, the more I'll be able to go to the bigger brands. The more I'll be able to go and negotiate with who knows, maybe someday Snap-on would allow me to have my own online version. Like Milwaukee doesn't let people do what I'm doing. They have marketers or influencers, and then they have retailers. I'm the first influencer retailer, I think, that they have. And so these kind of things are something that I think that time is going to allow me to chase. So great question about pliers. I don't know the answer to that, but now I know. Now I want to know.
All right, let's see. Our friend, That Bearded Veteran, says, Matt, are you set on getting a Malibu wake boat? Or are you open to some other brands? Have you looked into Supra, Centurion, or Nautique?
Yeah, no, I'm not settled on. First of all, I don't give a crap about boats, but maybe I'll get into it. I don't know. I'm more into the speccing the boat. The reason why I want an Air Nautique is what I would want. I'd want Nautiques are made here in Orlando, right? On Orange Ave down there in right in South Orlando, right by. We used to do all their boats for a lot of their customers at Sound Advice. And I'm sure I could develop a great relationship with them. The boat, there's a guy, the way this lake is set up, it's kind of isolated. There's not a lot of other boating around this area. And so I could go to Orlando and spec a boat and do the whole thing if I wanted to. But the guy that's on the lake is super sharp. He's an entrepreneur. He builds the docks. He clears the beaches, and he sells the boats. Oh, and he services the boats. And so, he's if you have a Nautique, I'm going to have to take it out of the water and take it somewhere. Whereas if I do a Malibu, which is somewhat equivalent, then, because I've always looked at Malibu and Supra would be a step below Mastercraft and Nautique, and so I've considered. Well, I want a Nautique, and I'll probably end up with a Nautique, but I'd love to get a new, LSV 23 or something like that, or maybe even try a 25 one year. But get a new one, do new boat prep, code it, set it up, share with them the whole process, bring in experts who are boat experts who do nothing but boats to teach us all about boats, and then I can buy and try products and do the same thing we do with cars, and then build a whole entire boat care line and a process for people like we've done with detailing. And just when I need another thing for the short list, right? And then every year I just get a new boat, sell the other one, and buy a new one. And if you do that, and let's say I develop a relationship where I'm marketing the boats for the guy, I get the boat at cost, I sell it back to him at 10 up from cost, he sells it at 20 up from 30 up from cost, because boats have like 35% margin in them. And so I just get on this, get a new boat every year and spec it out and show people how to do that. And by the end of it, I'll be a boatman. I'll know all about them.
Boatman.
Just like cars. So I'll buy boats. I'm not going to wakeboard on it. I'm not wake surfing. I'm just going to get one, get it all set up the dock, figure out all the stuff that goes in the dock, make it boat, create obsessed dock and boat, and create a pressure washer system out there for the boats. And there you go. There's another 20 mil right there, bro.
All right, Boatman Matt. That's good.
And then we do the same thing with bass boats. Then I start reviewing bait casters and and getting some Shimano reels and be talking about jigs and June bugs and all that stuff and frogs and
your own tackle box.
It's endless. This is what's so great about. This is why I feel so great about my life, is that I could do this with anything. Do it with home theater, anything that I have an interest in. There's an opportunity to become, to chase it and to become a professional shopper for, and become an expert. And I know people don't like me to say that, but eventually become an expert. You don't have a choice but to become an expert if you read, 15 books on the subject. It's just what happens.
All right, let's see. CV12 Steve says, does the OG tire dressing have UV blocking? Some of my vehicle/trailer tires age out before wearing out.
I doubt it. I don't think so.
All right.
That stuff doesn't work. And you talk about in the interior, those UV filters. No. It may, but I don't think so. I don't know.
All right, let's see. JW wants to know, which would you recommend, the Comet Complete Package versus the Crinsless 1622 TS?
Well, why would you buy the 1622? I guess maybe he needs a 15 amp, type. The Comet has a lot more output. I'm only buying the Crinsless 1622 if I'm portable. It's not that hard to have someone run a new line, 20 amp line. Or we can make the 1322 work. Just put a bigger orifice. We just put a 4.5 or put a 1.5 on your foam cannon and mix in a little bit more soap, and you can do a 1322 on a 15 amp circuit, no problem. But yeah, I mean, I'd probably rather have the 1622. It's extremely elegant solution. The 1622 TS is really quiet, even more quiet than the 1322. The 1622 also has the new case that's on it. Doesn't provide any advantage, but it's just a little bit better for shipping because it doesn't have P parts that stick out. But yeah, I mean the Comet. I mean, I think you only buy the Comet if you're really trying to budget, because the Comet comes with the hose reel. All you need to do is buy a gun for it because their gun is garbage, and you're rolling. So the Comet is all about trying to keep costs down but get something pretty decent, because the Comet really isn't serviceable.
All right, Anthony wants to know, what's an OG spec wristwatch? I know Matt used to wear Omega watches.
Yeah, I always liked Omega. I should probably just get a Rolex. I probably should have just bought a Rolex. If I'd have bought a Rolex, I would have made money on the darn thing. Bought a stupid Omega, it's probably worth 50% less than what I paid for it. But I have an Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean that I never freaking wear. That was one of those things where I hit some milestone in wealth management and I got to like $1 million in production or something like that, and so I bought a watch, which is stupid because I never freaking wear it, and I'm stuck with it. Someone wants to buy that watch, I think I paid $13,000 for you. $5,000 you can have it. I don't even think it's worth $5,000. I think it's worth less. It's freaking perfect.
Email Chris at Obsessed Garage.
Yeah, if you want to buy my Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean, it's probably like a 2015, 16, something like that. Yeah, it's stupid. It looks great looking watch. It's amazing looking watch, but it's a titanium version. So it's a titanium band and all that, but I have no interest in. I want to like watches. I think they're cool looking, but it's not my thing.
All right, Edgar says, good morning from Manila, Philippines. Checking in for the Philippines. That's cool.
Yeah, we have a lot of OG followers in the Philippines.
We've shipped a few packages today to the Philippines.
One of these days I need to, I could see us have an OG distribution center in the Philippines
too. It's a
too.
long way away. It's a long way.
Well, I mean, we just get the stuff there. I'm sure I know there are a lot of hardworking people there. We could find some great employees to go and do a good job there. And we'd probably, have a pretty sizable business in the Philippines there. I'm having discussions with Mantis Tool Grid about possibly distributing out of their facility. There's another OG follower who also, in the Toronto area is interested in doing it as well. I just don't know that there's enough margin because of what we're doing in curating, not just taking on product lines. So the margins aren't as good as they would be if I just took on like product lines. And so I don't know that it makes sense to do that, or what are they going to require? What do they want out of me cost wise? Can I just rent a space in their facility and then utilize like their accounting and stuff like that? We need to figure out some sort of, what would I pay if I were to just hire some citizens there to distribute it, to pack and ship the stuff for me, versus working with an established company already. So what would I have to pay either side, and which way would be more profitable? Because going to
Alberta.
Yeah, I mean, but going to Canada in general, I think is going to be extremely profitable. What is he saying about Larry's chemistry?
Joey says, never really considered or thought about Larry's grasp of chemistry, but I think people meant it more towards his detailing knowledge and skills. The guy knows his stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think people they tend to sometimes they undervalue and overvalue. I mean, detailing is not that freaking hard. It's not. I'm sorry. So Larry met Kevin Brown several years ago, and so Larry's developed a lot of knowledge from hanging around Kevin Brown and Jason Rose. Those are the two experts, and then Larry's learned a lot from them. And then of course he has thousands of hours under a machine. I don't know how many years Larry really did full on detail, but it's not a lot of years. It's not what you think. He owned the kind of was it Manhattan Motor Cars that with him and Matt Farah early on. I think Matt Farah's dad probably invested in it or something, and so they owned and they operated that, and did a lot of drives and events and things like that. And I think that's where he kind of got into washing cars and working on the side for a blender in that local area. So that's how he kind of knows the whole that whole thing. But people saying Larry's the best detailer in the world. No, Kevin Brown and Jason Rose are. And Paul Dalton is. And even Jason Rose and Kevin Brown aren't polishing cars as much as some. There are many like guys you've never heard of that are likely extremely they're amazing. And a lot of it comes down to, I think, when you become amazing is where you're extremely artistic. And I know Larry, we're friends, and Larry is not an artist. He's a business person. And so I would argue that, Kevin Brown is kind of, he's very, very mechanically inclined and sort of a free thinker. Jason Rose just had 20 years of working under a machine and, helping to develop products. But there's some people that just have an artistic ability. So, guys like Kevin Brown or guys like Todd Cooperrider, these guys who have built better built businesses around it, or Larry, who's built probably the best business out of all of it, business and personality, they're not the best detailers. They're just not. They can't be, because they're not as practiced. So just think about this logically. So, Larry doesn't he doesn't say he's the best detailer, and he just says that for a reason, because he doesn't believe it, because he's not, because he spends almost all of his time, developing his business, so he doesn't have to polish, and then he stays sharp by maintaining some cars. And I would wager, I don't know this for a fact, but I would wager that number of cars are less and less as the years go by. But he runs a really very specific. He has a very well-oiled machine of a business, and a very very an amazing brand that has no negatives to it. even Obsessed Garage has me. I'm the negative to Obsessed Garage. Larry doesn't have any of that. Everything's polished. Everything's crafted. Everything's perfect. Everything's legally squeaky clean. He has very specific ideas on selling gallons versus selling individual stuff. And and I think his target is that he understands that the consumer is of significantly more value than any wholesale relationship, any professional relationship. He'd probably never say this, but he's not targeting detailers. If detailers use his stuff, great. He's targeting enthusiasts because enthusiasts are a much, much better market. Enthusiasts have more money than detailers do professionally for that task. They have more disposable money. A detailer's money needs to be well spent because at the end of the day, they net what they have left over. So keep that in mind.
All right, we have someone tuning in, Romano from Athens, Greece. Good evening from Athens. That's awesome. Matt, have you ever used any Autoglim products? G-L-Y-M-M.
No, Autoglim is, from what I understand, just a really big European line. It's kind of like a Sonax size, and so it's kind of like a Mother's in the Europe would be to the U.S. from what I understand. I think they have a few products that are pretty good, but I think Autoglim is pretty. Correct me if I'm wrong, Europeans, but it's a pretty generic thing over in the Europe. And by the way, Larry and I, we meet every year at SEMA just to kind of, because we're in, he's much bigger than I am, but we're in this sort of unique position that we kind of understand what each person has to deal with. And so, Larry is a friend of mine, and, Kevin Brown is not, but Larry is, and Jason Rose is. And it's just people that have unique perspectives. Dylan is a friend of mine, and these are people that I meet with when I see out there, and they're largely great humans.
All right, quick question from Aaron Wilds in the chat. What did you paint your rotor hats with when you used a paintbrush?
I just bought some, what is that, the VHT paint from AutoZone, and I sprayed it in a cup and brush it on. The better thing to do would be to take them off and spray paint them. Paint them, but I didn't want to get any overspray on the car or the desk or the computer screen or anything like that.
All right, Jay Lasers says, does OG not sell the Ego Blower? I thought for some reason they did.
I'm trying.
Yeah, we do not as of right now.
Yeah, they're not. I just got I was talking with Chris at the Koshikemi launch. He was there, representing Flex, and he said there are no new. He's like, I'm trying, but no new accounts. So hopefully next year, maybe. They have more dealers than they can supply product, and so they have a supply-demand issue, and they're not opening new dealerships.
All right, quick question here from One Blue Meanie, and I'm raising this because someone asked this on Facebook as well. Would you come to the UK for a garage giveaway or garage prize? Any plans to do a European garage giveaway in the future, long term?
I don't really know what to do there. We don't know the power and how to wire
get the power
things
right here in the United States.
Yeah, I don't foresee that happening anytime soon. Maybe I wouldn't say never, because maybe we build international garage design stuff, but I just don't have an expertise in any of that, and so I don't know what if I can provide as much value. And just in general, you guys don't have as much. You don't have in most homes. There's not as large of an audience of people that have a facility like the Americans have with all the space of garages. I know the ultra wealthy do, and then certain people do, but not everybody. Here you have a minimum like a 2-car garage. Most people have, even in a 1,500 square foot house that you can do something with, but and that's 100 million people. Over there, not as much of an option.
All right, Brandon says, just placed an order. Thanks for running the discount. Hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. Excited to try this OG tire dressing. So thanks, Brandon.
Yeah, it's cool. Good. I think you'll like it.
Let's see here. Publix James says, if Matt is interested in wakeboard boats, needs to take a serious look at Pavati boats out of Oregon. They're super legit. Only aluminum wakeboard boat in the industry.
Interesting.
I'll write that one down.
Pavati.
Let's see. David, our friend in Alabama, placed my Black Friday order last night, and it was already shipped this morning. Nice work, OG. Thank you.
Daniel wants to know, can you do a quick study? Is it easy to pull up how much Milwaukee's been sold? I guess probably not because there's so many SKUs, right?
Yeah. I could afterwards and give me some time.
We sell a lot of Milwaukee, though, I think, right?
Yeah. I'll do something. I'll give him a quick thing in a second.
Yeah.
Pavati boats. Somebody else chiming in here. If you do boats, you might as well do RVs, too, from Jamie Cohn. I could see.
Yep.
Oh, man. Brandon wants to know, different Brandon this time. Hey, Matt, when can we see those shirts you guys are wearing hit the OG store? Last year, Brandon, unfortunately. They're all gone. It's a one-time deal. These shirts.
These two, yeah. I didn't really like these very much, so they were just a short-time thing. We need to get moving on apparel.
All right. Canadians are chiming in here left and right. Vancouver, hello from Montreal. When are you guys coming this way? Philippe Champagne, that's definitely a Canadian, says Ottawa or Toronto is the best place to be for shipping. Tim.
Yeah, but I want to be in Alberta.
Yeah. Tim wants to know, and also who said this? Somebody on Instagram or Facebook said this. They want to see the madness going on in the other room for Black Friday shipping. That's in the vlog that we spoke about earlier. When's that supposed to come out?
Sunday.
So
yep. It's really not very mad over there. It kind of feels like a regular day. They're just cranking.
Yeah. Well, we were talking this morning about how different it was from last year.
Yeah.
We had one tape machine, had like 5 less people, and weren't prepared with boxes and stuff like that.
I mean, we were prepared, but not.
Yeah, not like this year.
Yeah, not like this. Now, it's good news because we're probably going to do today what we did all 4 days last year.
Yeah, we're still going to be digging out for a little while.
It's
gonna be.
I hope so. Gosh, I hope so. Let's keep buying, people. Buy some more. Buy 2, 3 times, 4 times. Keep buying.
Let's see. Jason on Facebook says, and I heard you mention this in last night's video. I heard from a friend that you're switching over to Kosh Chemi products. What specific ones have you tested and liked based on the ones you liked in your inventory? Which do you feel will be replacing? Shampoo.
GSF will be replacing Adams. That's the soap. That's really the only thing right now.
Well, FU, your favorite.
Yeah, Freshen Up will probably be added just as like an interior useful. FU, what it does, it's kind of like putting, speaking of Larry, one of the things I learned from him was putting baking soda baking powder. I always get baking soda and baking powder mixed up. Arm & Hammer, the yellow box of baking powder. Sprinkle it on your carpets if you get something funky smelling in your car. Leave it in there and then come vacuum it the next day. Do that a couple of times and it'll help suck out some of the funk. FU, Freshen Up. The German translation doesn't work very well, but it has FU on the bottle is the symbol for it. It's that's a pretty cool product. They have a pretty awesome looking headlight kit we're going to be bringing over here to the U.S. and which has actual sanding discs and stuff, which we'll probably be doing. I think not Polestar, because I don't like things that leave a residue behind on the interior stuff. Green Star GS I think will be I haven't used a lot, but I use a little bit, which is their multi-purpose cleaner, which seems pretty freaking awesome. My wager is that there's going to be stuff deep inside of the line. They have 140 some odd products, that there's going to be stuff deep in there that look amazing.
All right, so I was just looking at the Milwaukee sales. Yeah, it's definitely a big chunk. I'll get Daniel the exact numbers soon.
Yeah.
60 plus orders so far have had a Milwaukee product in them.
Yeah, cool.
Let's see. A couple people asking here, when you get your 997, will you remove the GT3 RS decal?
Oh, yeah.
That's the first thing to go?
Yeah.
Is that what Adam LZ had on his?
I'm going to pull off all of the RS 4.0 stuff. We'll see. Maybe I won't do that. And I'm going to get rid of the white wheels. So I'm going to take that $500,000 car and modify it. That'll be fun.
All right, let's see. What whole house water filter do you like? Stint Placer wants to know. Stint Placer also said earlier that Tommy rocks. So welcome Tommy's dad to the chat.
What was the question? Oh, whole house
water filter.
Yeah, don't do a brand. You want to find some redneck dude who does water filtration, and because you'll spend if you do Rain Soft or Culligan or all these, you're getting hosed. They're just using some generic crap and calling it fancy. So you want to find like a water treatment expert. It should cost like $3 or $4 grand, to do an amazing system.
All right, let's see. Oh, and a couple Europeans have chimed in here. Autoglim is like kind of like beginners products, according to Ben here.
And they have a pretty extensive product line. Like I think their wheel cleaner is pretty legit, and there's some other things that they have that are nice, that work well. Just like there's probably some stuff in the Mother's line that's pretty good, or Turtle Wax line. I just don't get the whole Turtle Wax thing with people. Just think about this. You got a company that's it's like 100-something years old, family-owned company, I'm sure. I don't know the story of it. And they're trying to resurge the company's standing in the detailing world. And so you got a bunch of people, and you could just see from like all the videos from all the guys that I watched, like they don't have any enthusiasts working there. They don't have like Dylan Von Kleist working for them. They don't have some industry expert that they're headhunting to hire. They're just trying to make a buck, which you can't fault them for. But why in the world would would an enthusiast who loves detailing use some product from somebody who doesn't know anything about it? They're just putting some slop together and hoping it works. I'm sure they've got chemists who probably don't even wash their cars. I just get the sense. I don't know the company, but this is my spidey senses, and I'd be shocked if I was wrong on this. Like it would be like I would have to retest my entire barometer of understanding of the world. But why in the world all these people? I get some guy on Instagram saying I use all Turtle Wax products. I don't understand why you're bashing them all the time. So I'm not bashing them. I just don't understand why you're not using them. It's not bashing. It's just aren't good. It's just a fact. Why in the world are you doing it? The only reason anybody's talking about them is because they're paying people. No one's freaking using Turtle Wax products. If you had a choice between something really good from a brand that's like focused on advanced weather testing or furthering the the detailers and providing amazing solutions, not just trying to sell stuff because they're used to selling stuff. I don't know. That's just why I have zero interest.
All right, let's see here. Jeps, this is a good one. You'll like this. Greetings from Sweden. Thanks for all the valuable information. Keep up the good work. And also, thanks for putting my newborn to sleep from your soothing voices.
Ah! I need to do those too.
Oh, that's mean.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Rants. I start ranting. The baby's like, oh. Like your daughter. I had her asleep. And one time I had to babysit everybody who went to New York, and then I had Chris's, what was she, like 6 months old or something?
Yeah, she was almost a year at that point, not quite a year old.
And so she, I had her, Megan's like, she's never going to sleep. I'm like, watch me. I got this baby. So we're sitting there watching Monday Night Football or something like that, and she's out. And then my arm started to go to sleep, and I just needed to make a shift, and bang, eyes open. And I lost the battle. She was up till midnight.
Oh, man. All right, let's see. Jeff's detailing. We kind of went over this earlier, but this is a good question. Matt, will there be any Rupes polishing packages set for the garage giveaway? I would love to get the Hybrid Nano and also contribute for a chance to win.
No, not just the LHR 15 Mark III. Special edition. I don't know what's going to cost for that thing, so hopefully we don't buy 50 of them and then... because then we're gonna have to price whatever the cost of painting it is. I know I want one, so chances are other people are gonna want one too. It's gonna look sick.
All right, Paul 728 says, "Will you ever tune one of your cars on E85?"
No, that's stupid. What's the point? I don't understand. Why is everybody trying to school? All you're doing is asking for problems.
Ask Jeff. Didn't he do that to his?
Yeah, his car's broken every day. Never works. Yeah, don't do that to yourselves, people. You're not a race car driver. You're freaking driving to everybody at E85 probably spends half of their paycheck at Wawa, or 7-Eleven. Stop buying your lunch and dinner at the local convenience store, and stop this dream of E85. It's freaking stupid. unless you're Adam LZ and you're buying a freaking 250-gallon tank, and even him, I tell him he's stupid. Who cares? To get 30 more horsepower, but then have all kinds of problems. It's just dumb. Stop this madness.
Don't do it. Jeremy on Facebook says he coated his father's car with XO and CSL. His dad proceeded to take the car through an automatic car wash, I assume several times, which added small scratches all over.
Good old scratchy scratch,
So he says he's not going to polish and recoat, but wondering if he can put on Colonite on top of the coating to fill in the scratches.
No, it won't fill it. It's you're putting a micron of or tiny little bit of sub-micron amount of product. It won't fill anything.
At a loss, doesn't want to recoat. He'll take it. All he'll do is take it to the car wash again. So
the only thing you can do, the coating will help him, but it's just going to scratch it up, and that's just the way it's going to go. But the coating will last, it'll probably last a couple of years. It'll just get scratched up, but yeah, there's nothing you can do. The wax is not going to just make it worse. The wax is just going to clog up the coating, or wash right away, and will probably never even stick, never even bond.
All right, let's see. Henry has a question on Facebook. Have you ever thought about approaching Prevost to make you some water-approved stainless piping for the custom install solution?
Yeah, the stuff we have works fine.
Yeah, Prevost doesn't really do that, but maybe some other.
It's just pipe. I mean, eventually we'll probably have some stainless steel solution, but I mean, it works. There shouldn't be any problem with it. I'm just not warrantying it. I wouldn't warranty the other stuff either, so warranties are freaking stupid.
All right, Dylan has a question. He's in the market for a pressure washer. He's currently in a rental. Not sure how clean my 20 amp is. Is it worth the risk for an AR630 TSS, or would a Crinsless make a little more sense for an unclean 20 amp?
Yeah, I mean, the Crinsless draws like 17 and change at peak when you're foam cannon. The AR is like 19, 18, 19. So you'd have a better chance of a Crinsless working. You only buy the AR if you're trying to save a few bucks. It's heavier. It's clunkier. AR has the same deal as everybody else where, you're going to have to send it to them to get repaired. They're going to send you a repair bill. That's just the way it works.
All right, Sam placed an order. He said the OG shipping department is legit. Got the shipment confirmation on my order before I could request to have Chris and Matt sign the bucket I ordered. Just order another bucket, Sam, and give that one to your dad or something, your friend.
Now, see, it's rubbing off. I'm teaching him well.
Buy 3 more, actually, while you're at it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jeff wants to know, any recommendations for polish and pad combo for a faded carbon hood?
If it's faded, it's probably oxidation, and so you're probably, you're probably going to want to go with microfiber. So I would do a Jescar correction compound and a microfiber cutting pad. Yeah, I mean, I just go right to that. That'll clean it up. Assuming the clear coat or the isn't failed, or if it's resin, just a whatever they do, the gel coat, not resin, gel coat. It should clean it up.
I have a super chat here from I am Daniel Max, $5 US. Did Matt become a scientist? The interview he did at the Koch Kimmy event, Matt straight up dropping facts. Lots of hurt feelings in the comments. So I think I saw that, but I didn't actually watch it.
Are we talking about Hawk Detailing Channel? Yeah,
somebody interviewed you or something?
Yeah, I'm not a scientist. Well, I mean, I'm an engineer, and I've taken lots of science courses, but I'm not a scientist. Scientists don't make any money; they're generally broke, so that's a bad move. It's part of the reason why I never went to become an engineer. I'm like looking at, and I had many engineer clients, and many of you are probably engineers, but I mean, unless you're managing or you went and got a law degree as well or something. I mean, a highly paid engineer, is making 100. Unless you're in San Francisco or something, you're making, $100,000, $120,000. Most of the people are making 80, 85 if you're in like a small town somewhere. Where unless you're like an engineer or a coder or something at Facebook or Amazon or something, chances are you're not making, and you're never going to make a lot of money, and you're going to become obsolete. So being a scientist is not all it's cracked up to be. You want to be the guy who owns the business where the scientists come and work. That's that's what you really want to be. So, I'm I have enough knowledge to be dangerous in anything that I have an interest in, and I'm not ashamed or afraid to tell the truth instead of sugarcoating it. It's not even tell the truth or not. It's not that people are lying. It's that they just don't think people can handle it. It's like you got to wear a suit to church or something. Like, why? Why can't I wear a T-shirt? What are all these I don't do all these formalities anymore. It's freaking stupid. So let's just get into it. So, like what I'm talking about, things about us being in this together, and we're not doing customer service and all that bull crap. That as soon as I say that, it's weeding out those who weren't buying from me anyway. They're just complaining about it. Those that one of the things I wish I could be this crass, but the dude from Q, I think I talked about this before, Q Rifles, who's like just says, he just cuts people out. You're not allowed to buy the Honey Badger from me. Forget it. You're not buying this gun.
Yeah. So block IP addresses of customers.
If you bother my staff, you're dead. You're out. You're out of line. I'm giving your money back, and you're not allowed to buy from me, and we'll block you. Yeah, that's we're not that extreme. And I tell the guys all the time, take care of people, but don't. Taking care of people is very, very different than getting bent over.
Good advice. Don't get bent over. Let's see. Had a Swisstrax question from Mike on Facebook. First of all, is it on the Black Friday sale? Yes, that is included.
Yep.
I've been looking into Swisstrax for my garage. I saw an old video where Matt was reviewing the flat version of Swisstrax.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying how he really liked it and was probably going to be switching to it. However, all the new videos he's been installing the traditional. I'm curious to hear his latest thoughts on the two and how they compare.
Yeah, the regular Riptrax is better. The flat doesn't stay as clean because it's flat, and the other stuff is rounded, so all the dirt falls off and falls underneath. So, but the flat is easier to sweep off, broom it off. I find that if you're in a really dusty environment, flat is probably better because then it's easier to sweep off the dust. But if you're in a normal environment, you're dropping dirt, dirt and stuff, normal dirt and things like that, the regular Riptrax. Well, now it's called Riptrax Pro. Nothing's changed. They just changed the name of it. But it's because a company bought Riptrax or bought Swisstrax. But no more Riptrax and no more Eco, for at least for now.
Right.
Yeah, I would 95% of the time recommend the other Riptrax stuff. The Riptrax regular instead of smooth.
All right, let's see. Had a question here from mobile detailer Zeus the detailer. What electric pressure washer would you recommend for my mobile detailing business?
I would want a K1322. The only problem with that is you're going to need to make sure that you get a really stout 5,000 watt or more generator. So you're going to want something super stout in order to run it. If you're not, so you're gonna invest in a couple $1,000 generator to complement your couple $1,000 pressure washing setup. But I'd want a Cox reel. I'd want an 1125 instead of the 100 series. We can get them for you. So I'd want an 1125 reel. It has an A-frame, and I'd want that mounted on some sort of kind of pull-out kind of thing with a 100-foot hose on it, and then a jumper hose into a K1322. Let's say a 6,000 watt generator of some sort, and I would want an Ego 580 or 650 blower, and I'd have the charging base, rapid charging base for that. The other thing that might make a lot of sense is that Ego has a power station, which I think is really cool. I'd probably want one of those as well. So you can be powering up your polishers and things like that without having to run your generator. So, and then you could recharge it with your generator while you're driving around. I don't know how that works. I guess you probably can't run your generator when you're driving around unless it's off the back of the van.
Probably not good.
I didn't think about that. So that's what I would do. And then depending on if you had a tank or not, the tank, the Crinsless can self-prime and pull from the tank.
And if you are on Facebook, I would recommend going to the Facebook group because there's lots of good ideas in there. You can do a quick search, and you'll see lots
Yeah,
of
I mean,
setups.
I've never built a van, so I'm not an expert. If I was going to build a van, I'm sure I could figure it out. But lots and lots of people have shared stuff in there about that. I just wish it was more searchable and better, because there's been hundreds of posts on that topic, and lots of guys have great stuff. So if you made a new post, 3 people will complain, we've already talked about this before, but most people, will love to share what they've done.
All right, let's see. Chris had a question here in the chat. I've got lots of water spots on my glass. Are there any polishes or tools that can make quick work of them and some swirls on glass?
Well, swirls, you're pretty much screwed. They're not swirls. They're probably scratches from the windshield wipers. First thing you try a water spot remover, or try some vinegar. And then if that doesn't work, then you could try just polishing it with like a microfiber cutting pad and a compound of some sort. If that doesn't work, then get Carpro Siri glass and some rayon pads. They have them on Sky's the Limit on Corey's website, the carprousa.com site. A rayon pad and Siri glass. I only use a Siri glass if I have to. I would bet that those water spots will come off just using the microfiber cutting pad. In my experience, vinegar and water spot removers don't really work.
All right, let's see. Dylan has a question here in the chat. Matt, regarding the Adams Pro pressure washer. We talked about a stream showed from a buyer with a bucket test that you did. Did 16 to 1700 psi at 1.7 GPM. What's your educated guess if you open the orifice to get more flow?
It's probably 1.8, 1.9, something like that. Why is everybody so excited about that? They don't know anything about. I mean, they're my friends. Well, depending on what day, depending on who you talk to, there, I'm sure. But they're great people. They've run an awesome organization. I told you what they're doing with that pressure washer. I'm telling you that none of you want to buy that. Just don't. It's not good. It's a Chinese catalog-driven. They took the KWS 700 and said, "Can you make something like this?" And so they made something like that. It's just a contract manufactured Chinese pressure washer. For they're selling for $700 or whatever, because they always, the idea is they have a retail price and then they just run a sale all the time, and that's the real retail price. But they have to do that because they're running a for-profit business, and they've decided to contract manufacture stuff. But if you want a professional grade pressure washer, I already told you what it is, so why are you even asking the question? I know everybody's looking for the Holy Grail, but I can take one look at it and I know exactly what it is, so I don't even need to try it. I know. Have I not earned that right? Like when I freaking bought $10,000 worth of pressure washers and tested them all, and did it on camera for hours and hours, and was miserable doing it, by the way, because I already knew which one was the best before I even started. I did it for you people. Well, I did it for me, so I can sell all kinds of cool, good stuff, and then it was very clear the market was asking somebody to do it, because we were getting that was by and large the email was, what do I need from this pressure washer? Stop freaking searching for the Holy Grail. Adams is certainly not the guys that they're just creating a product for their people. They have a huge Rolodex of clients, the vast majority of which are not us. We used to be their clients back in the day. We're not anymore because they've gone more mainstream, which is smart. There's more money with more people. So they've gone volume, mainstream, and they need a pressure washer solution for their people. Their people are not us. It doesn't make them bad. It doesn't make them wrong. It's just stop caring. You shouldn't care. I've told you what to buy. If you want that, you got to buy a KWS 700. It's freaking $3,500, and you need a dedicated, you need a 30 amp circuit for it. And it's going to do 4 gallons a minute at 1,000 psi. It's going to be freaking insane, and it's going to last for 25 years, and it's rebuildable instead of some Chinese piece of junk.
All right, let's see. Rob's Mobile Detailing, I think he's up in Atlanta, said he has a full build-out album in the Facebook group, so Zeus, check that out. It's good. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Henry wants to know, in your experience, Matt, what car company has the worst paint?
Probably Ferrari. Yeah, I think it would be Ferrari. I haven't, polished on a lot of Ferraris, but I've seen a lot of Ferraris, and they have the worst freaking paint. Yeah, it's bad, real bad. I mean, Teslas are pretty bad too, from what I understand.
All right, Manny Bro wants to know, what's the Griot's interior scent spray that you use in your cars, and what does it smell like?
It's Griot's leather, the leather version. It smells like leather. Yeah, that's the one I've used for many years. I've been using the Angel Wax stuff that we have, Bliss, not Gliss. Bliss and Eden is my favorite one, Eden.
If you get Bliss and Eden, go half and half. It's good.
Really?
Yeah, it
Have you
smells
tried
good.
that?
Yeah, that's what I do, and Kyle actually kind of likes it too.
Huh. Interesting.
Try that.
It'd be a little life hack.
Yeah.
Was that your discovery?
Yeah.
Oh, how did you do that? You dumped some, each accidentally spilled it on your carpet.
I didn't know which one I liked, so I sprayed them both. I was like, hey, that's kind of nice.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. Plus, then you have to buy 2 bottles, so buy 2 bottles.
We have it in stock, don't we?
Yeah.
For once. That's good.
All right, let's see. Dan Pass says, thanks for already shipping my Cox Reel and 50-foot hose. I'm building out the wash station as I listen live. Hey, that's
For
cool.
and you're going to add the Adams pressure washer to it? People. I'm trying to help you. I know, I always say no one wants to be helped. That's where I'm gone wrong. I'm helping people when they didn't ask for it. But man, just you gotta think here. Think about what you're doing. To me it's so simple because I have all this experience. But yeah, on my Christmas, I can't figure out. Tell me, people, this could be a topic. What do I want for Christmas? Because right now
you have 2 things here right now.
Right, I normally have it done on Thanksgiving Day, and I sat down to do my thing. So I need another set of victory grips, which is like the gymnastics grips for pull-ups, toes to bar, and stuff like that.
Okay.
I have a new jump rope. I just like to get a new one and refresh it. No one wants to have their jump rope working or break in the middle of a workout where you're killing it. So I need a new jump rope.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's it.
I just bought 12 pairs of shoes. So I have every shoe. I have every Nike Metcon 6 color already. I got all the colors of the Reebok Nano 9s. I don't like the 10s. Maybe I should get some no bowls. I think those are janky.
What size do you wear?
11 and a half.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, they don't make them in big sizes.
What about, should I add some Heartland official apparel?
I think so.
I'd like some Heartland, Amber Marshall's the only one who makes stuff, so it'd have to be, my Michelle wouldn't like that very much.
Does she have like a calendar or something?
Yeah, like a hat and a shirt and stuff. Yeah. Like autographed, 10 by 12s.
Oh, man. Olive Garden gift cards, good.
No. Like I have literally everything. It's 2 of everything.
How about for the new house? Anything you need there? To move?
No, who's gonna buy me a $5,000 TV?
That's true.
I need. Here's what I need. I need Sonic MSS Plus cabinets, like $100,000 worth of them. Can someone buy that for me?
Yoshi.
There's like I have everything.
All right, Nutty Buddies. Another good idea.
No. I'm buying a lake house here, people. If I'm buying a boat, I'm going to be at least. I can't be fat, super white dad. I've got to be, I got to be the fit dad.
Oh, man.
This is my chance.
PPE masks.
Nope.
Zebra cakes, multi-pack.
Oh, I was looking at the so pull up that air. It's the helmet.
Oh yeah.
So I was watching some videos from the guy. We were talking about this last night. It's like a macro or air something or other. A helmet, air, mask. It might come up.
It's like chemical warfare stuff.
Yeah, some of those look pretty good. Anyway, you guys can find it. Maybe I even have it right here. Let's see. It yeah, here it is. The microclimate air. Look at that.
It looks like it's part of the hoodie there.
Yeah. So this is what I don't understand. So the guy was making a video saying, well, one of the things you're going to have to take into consideration is when you go through TSA and you get on the airline. So it's $300 now. It was $200. Now it's $300. It looks pretty legit. So it's a big freaking helmet.
You got to get those glasses.
And so get this. So they've got this freaking helmet on, covering their entire head. Is encapsulated. Can't hear anything. Can't talk out of it. And it sucks air and it has like batteries and stuff, and has some HEPA filtration and all that. And so the TSA, like the guy who owns the company is talking about, one of the things you need to consider is that they don't really understand these things yet. And so he's like, most of the time they're going to make you take it off and put a freaking diaper on your face, put some underwear on your face, because the people are so stupid that like they can't see the mask covering your mouth and nose. They think that it's not working. So how could you? I would so get arrested. So I'm wearing a helmet, like a astronaut helmet on my head. And the lady's like, no, that's not good enough, sir. You got to put that diaper, you got to put the underwear on your face that doesn't stop anything. This is what frustrates me about this whole thing so much, is that if we're going to do this, why are we wasting our time? No one has anything that works. I mean, I guess an N95, but I can't get it. So then why does that have to be super uncomfortable? I don't want to wear an N95 around everywhere. So if we're going to do this, why are we doing it fake? It's like, all right, people, the best way to wash your car, we're going to use Brillo pads. That's just what we got. So everybody's got to do that. I know it doesn't work, but let's just do it anyway. And by the way, here's this Facebook meme of well, if you peed without your pants on and then you pee with your pants on, make me something that works, and then I'm in. It doesn't work. That helmet probably doesn't work, because look, the problem is you got this helmet on, but yet there's like a sock around your neck, so you breathe out. The air like breathes through like fabric. That you got a helmet on with some HEPA filters that kind of filters out some of it. I guess people are on the whole thing of, well, it kind of works, like it works better than not having it, but it doesn't work. So I'd say if it works 50%, then that's like, 50% doesn't work. So how about like what makes something that like works 100%? Like a NASA helmet.
Yeah. Just show up to the airport wearing one of those.
It frustrates me so much, and it doesn't seem like anybody else cares. We're just going to keep wearing something that doesn't do it. Just put some underwear on our face and everything's good. Make sure you keep your nose covered, though, Chris. If you keep your nose covered, everybody's safe. It's so freaking stupid. I want something that works, and I'll cover my freaking every hole I've got. I'll cover them all.
How about these? You like to see?
Yeah, I've already seen that. See through the leaf mask, but they don't actually have any of them. Like, you can't actually get them, so no one actually is making anything. So by the time that companies start to come out with something that like works and is comfortable and is functional, it'll be too late. Although we talked about this last week, this is just like UPS raises the rates when gas prices are $4 a gallon. Have they ever lowered their rates? All right, we'll add the surcharge in because the gas price is $4 a gallon. We've got to overcome it, and then the gas price goes down to $2. Well, I haven't seen a rebate. Same thing's going to happen here, where people are going to be wearing these freaking masks around for the rest of our lives. It sucks.
All right, so there's our mask rant. But so don't get you that for Christmas.
So I'm in. What other ideas they got? I need to figure out something. I want a mask for Christmas that works. Can I have one? Somebody.
Adidas Ultra Boost.
No, that doesn't work.
No, this shoes Brandon's has.
Oh, no.
He said he has 14 pairs, shamelessly.
Yeah, but those are moon shoes. Bryce has those. Yeah, moon shoes. I don't like those.
Timbo Slice has a good idea. Just K&N make a COVID air pack.
Yeah, we need something. Somebody's got to come out with something that frickin' works. It's nuts.
All right. Dean. Well, Dean, we discussed this last week. Give a short answer on this. So, what's your opinion on hexagon garage lighting? Is there any benefit from it? That's a no, Dean. Don't do it.
No. Stop this madness. That's the equivalent of putting a neon Coors Light sign on your freaking wall. Serves no purpose. The lights are garbage. It's freaking stupid. It looks stupid. And it's my hex.
If anyone would like them.
You paint your walls red and put some freaking hex lights on. That's what you need to do. Good idea. No, stop this madness, people. Stop. For the love of God. The company here that knocked off the real ones, here in the U.S., they're called like Beehive or some bullcrap like that. that they just went and figured out how to staple some lights together, and he reached out to me on Instagram, said, I think this would really serve well for your audience. I just didn't respond. I laughed. I was literally spit out my milk out of my nose, running down my face. Stop this, people. You have to resist the urge to be a dude. I have it in me too. If I gave in, this desk would have like cool stickers all over it. Don't do it. You have to resist it. Don't be a dude. Like, you've got to dial it back. Ask a few girls before you do stuff. And don't ask enablers like my wife will just say, yeah, sure. Except for stickers. She won't do any stickers. Yeah. Well, we've already explained with the boat thing that I need to do the Malibu because it's just, that's going to be more functional. But yeah, that looks cool.
The Pavati. Oh, you can get the shark painted on it like that.
Yeah, see, that's a perfect example. You don't paint a shark's mouth on your boat. You look like a tool. You get something tasteful, clean.
Like that? No, it's still a little graphic-y.
You don't want any rainbows or any shiny bull crap.
That's why you wouldn't like an RV too. They all have that weird design on it.
Oh, yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's too much.
That's perfect.
If it was just green.
Yeah, see, they all have.
Yeah, these Pavati boats are not looking good for me, people. This is the
lots of graphics.
Just douche mode. I bet you it's a wrap too. Yeah, it's got to be if it's aluminum. They're just putting a wrap on it. No thanks. Or any freaking wraps. Stop wrapping your car. It's dumb. Buy the car in the color paint that you want it. Well, but if you wrap it, then you can change colors all the time. Just get a different car. Stop wrapping cars. It's stupid.
All right. One more person asked about the shipping department. Yep, we're doing it throughout the day. Sunday night is when that video will come out. We'll be going back out there in a minute. Let's see. What are you going to name your boat? You got any cool boat names yet? Sam wants to know.
How do people get my phone number? Stop calling me, people. Where do you even get this phone number from? They get it from a credit card receipt or something?
I sell it for $100.
Hey, Matt, just checking in with you. Want to know about some light fixtures. I just built a website. Just go to it and buy it. What do you want to know? I've got a whole team. I would literally be on the phone every second of every day from now until the end of time if I put my phone number up on the website. And so then we would not get anything done, and we would have no new products and nothing. So stop freaking calling me. Just email support, and they'll kind of get to you. And then sometimes it warrants a call. But man, it's so weird. Where do they get my phone number from? Hey, Matt, this is Jim. I'm thinking about getting some lights. I wanted to talk to you for an hour about it. God dang it. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not in the customer service business. Because if you're in the customer service business, then you got to talk on the phone all day, every day from now until infinity. And never get anything done, and then never provide the world with any value. You're just providing like 10 people, the 10 weird old dudes that want to talk to you about their grandkids. And the one time they heard about doing, and they're just trying to buy a thing of Colonite 845 that they heard about on my channel. And they'll get to talk for an hour and a half to sell a $17 bottle of Colonite, and then they don't even buy it. They just go buy it on Amazon. Well, thanks for your time. I'm going to think about it. It's like, I did that at the beginning a lot. It's like old John Smith over there, up there in East Bridget, Pennsylvania, is he just wants to chat. Hey there, Matt. I really identify with that their problems you got. Let me tell you about it. Let me go back. Well, back in 1972, I had an episode, and so what do you think about that Colonite? How many layers should I put on? What about and then when they get it? Hey, I know you told me all about this and exactly how to do this, but could you run that by me again? And then they call back. Well, I put it on yesterday, and then I opened the bottle today, and it's a little bit solid. What should I do? Oh, nope. Not doing it. So I just forward them to Kyle.
We have a question here from Chino in Hawaii.
Ooh, Hawaii.
He says, you mentioned having the next garage giveaway. When will it start? So it's December 15th is what we're aiming for.
Did you talk
to
lawyers?
Sarah? Yeah, lawyers working on all the paperwork now.
Got it.
so we should be good to go with plenty of time. I live in Hawaii, and I'm sure your team would love to come out and deck out my garage. Shipping to Hawaii kills us.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. We shipped out an order to Hawaii today. It was $358.
I'm planning on I'll rent a boat, and we'll Bryce and Mike and Kyle we'll captain the boat all the way down through the Panama Canal, up and over. And
sounds like the worst trip ever.
And we'll do it. Bryce and I, or Mike and I, will fly over. I'll fly to San Francisco, hang out for a couple days, and they'll be chugging along the SS Obsessed Garage, and then we'll see them there, and we'll dock it at Pearl Harbor there, and get it done. Yeah, I mean, those are the breaks. I'm opening it up to everywhere. So if someone in northern Manitoba wins, I'm going there. It's just what we got to do.
It's open to all of Canada except for Quebec.
Now that's probably going to eat into my generosity a bit, in the shipping of the products there. But we'll get it done. And the other thing is going to cost me more money is Michelle's going to want to tote along on that trip with 2 kids. So I'm not going to be able to afford a hotel, so I'm going to have to stay at your house. Hope that's okay. I'm going to be shooting snot rockets all over your driveway too, very unprofessionally.
You're having a good day today. This is a good one, John.
That's because your Monster Energy. I keep seeing that 0 sugar per can as a selling point. Is just it's radiating into my brain direct
contact.
So what happens when you don't get like fired up by the end of the podcast? You drank half of that bottle.
No.
So what does it do?
It just tastes good. I like it. So
it doesn't do you don't feel like any pep in your step?
No, it's not like a pre-workout. If I wanted to feel a little pep, I go pre-workout.
So in other words, you need to go 1,000% over your daily recommended in order to get to. Yeah. That's just maintenance.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I'm a big boy. I got
a lot of maintenance needs. Yeah. Oh my gosh, what is going on?
We got to end this soon before it gets out of hand. John Brown has an easy question for you.
Oh, yeah.
Best foam cannon.
Oh, I have a PF 22.2 MTM. No question.
We have it in the store. And one more thing about Chino real quick. Hawaii. I pulled this up because I shipped this order this morning.
Yeah.
So this guy, Steven, lives in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Had a huge order, 5 boxes.
Yeah.
Total cost $337.04 just in the shipping. However, he ordered on Black Friday. Now he paid for shipping because we don't do shipping to Hawaii.
Yeah.
But that $337.04, he saved at least that much with all the stuff that he bought. So it kind of balances out. So if you're going to buy stuff and ship to Hawaii, now's the time to do it.
It's part of the deal. I mean, they earn more money over there. There's more real estate depreciation and potential there. And that's part of what they have to do. You get to live in paradise. You got to pay for it. It's the way that I would look at it. Be like, look, I live in paradise, so I'm going to pay for it. Now in Canada, I don't know what you say about that, but you live in the worst place in the world, and I've got to pay for it. But a lot of nice people around, though. I think I'd like it in Canada, except for the winters.
I was gonna say, yeah, you need to go up there and see what you think.
Yeah. Yep. I shouldn't go. This is like test driving a car, Chris. I just
go. Just buy the house.
Just buy a ranch and build a business, and then go check it out later. It's the way I do it. It's a good way.
Send your mom and dad up there in the house, just like old times.
Relocate their house and just put it on a truck,
and then send Ted up.
Yeah.
And send me and.
Yeah. And you guys will love it up there. You'll be like, man, I'm so glad to get out of the United States.
All right, Snot Rocket. That's the boat's name. There you go. That's your.
I'm not naming my freaking boat. I don't name cars. I don't name boats. I can't even believe that I'm saying my boat in the same sentence. You
don't even have a boat yet. We're not there yet. It could be like a yellowish green. Snot Rocket. I like that.
Not naming a freaking boat.
Epiphany Detailing. Since I'm not a Florida man, we're living on the lake. Have any gator problems? Yes. Every body of water in Florida pretty much has a gator.
Yeah, but it's not a problem.
Yeah, they're all over Lake Weir, so when you're water skiing or wakeboarding, you kind of see them, but they don't mess with you.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're not that little dog we got. Look out.
Did you see the video of the old dude saving his puppy from the gator?
No.
Say puppy's in the gator's mouth. He goes in after it, pries it out, and throws the gator. And people were saying, "Oh, it was only like a 4-footer." I'll find the video. It's a great video.
Yeah.
Is the PF-23 still in the works?
Yeah. I don't know where they're at. after seeing that terrazzo thing that they came up with, I'm not feeling too inspired. So hopefully I'll have some input on that.
All right. Let's see. I think that's about all we got from now. One more question here. Let's see. Matt, how was it in Atlanta? I wish I knew you were coming, blah, blah, blah.
I was in and out.
You were pretty quick.
Yeah, I was just in and out there. I mainly just wanted to show up just to, because what I'm asking them to do for me is, I got to at least show up for the darn launch of it.
All right, so it's 3:50. We went a little long today.
Yeah.
305 ranty. People still here. That's good.
How many orders have we gotten since?
Let's see. Well, I also wanted to bring this up because.
Oh yeah, we were at 806, weren't we, or sub 806?
Yeah, right around 800.
And now we're at 930 orders today.
But I went over at lunch and was talking to Kyle and Tommy and them, kind of getting an update on things, and they were talking about. I asked about drop shipping. They said we'd sold 4 lifts since yesterday.
Yeah, Newsbaum lifts are on sale.
Newsbaum.
It's awesome.
So we got 4 of those going out.
You got whoever's getting those, man. They're freaking so good. You're gonna love it.
And now we're at a total of 932 orders. Wow.
Yeah, rolling. 9,412 people have been on the store. 137 people live. Thanks, people. Keep it coming all weekend.
And we've shipped out. Let's see. Update here before we go. Exactly 300 orders.
Nice.
So that's 426 plus packages. Busy.
Yep. Anyway, thanks, people. Sales going on all weekend. Ends on
Monday night.
Monday night with maybe a little bit of bonus time, so we don't hear any freaking complaints.
11:59 Eastern time.
Yeah, plus a little bit of West Coast bonus time on there for the dum-dums who can't get it done in the first. How many hours? 96 hours or whatever.
Yeah, 96 hours.
And we started at 3 hours early, so there's
99 hours.
Right.
Just make it even 100. Just have an extra hour.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more than that. So freaking get your crap together, people, and don't be emailing us on Tuesday saying, man, I just couldn't get it done.
One last thing here. Mike isn't chiming in the chat, and I saw something about this in a video. The secret code. There's some hidden things.
Yeah. So we there were 5 emails. The 60,000 or so emails that we sent out to everybody. I just sent one email. Explaining the whole thing, selling you some crap, but I only send it if I think it's of value. And there's 5 emails that were sent that have a secret code where you get the same, you get better discount. Secret code. So make sure you go check your email, because if you don't, you won't get it.
All right.
You're gonna end with the Florida man. Saves puppy
from the jaws of the alligator.
Oh boy. How many views does this thing have?
Well, there's a ton of them now, of course.
My word.
There's like 20 different versions.
I don't want to be one of them.
We need a
I
remix.
don't like things that everybody else does.
Oh, this is awesome. And the people in the chat are reminding me that the best part is this guy has a cigar in his mouth the whole time. It never comes out.
Boy.
All right, here we go. There he is.
Oh, you got
cigar in his mouth.
You got to back it up. Oh, that's a baby little gator.
I'm going to go back to the very beginning here. All right, so it goes in.
What? That's it? Well, I want to see the gator get the dog.
No, we don't see that part.
Why the heck not?
I don't know. Yeah, so you got this gator.
Got some scrapes. Why does he have that kind of dog? This big old Florida real man.
Tiny little dog.
It's a little, what are those things called? St. Charles or something like that?
Tiny thing. Dog seems unhurt, which is impressive. Yeah.
That's awesome. The gator just freaking snapped him.
Yeah. I wonder what the dude did with the gator. There you go. Florida man, once again. All right, everybody, we'll be back next week.
See ya.
Same time, Friday.
They don't show the dog getting sniped?
No. Yoshi had a super chat here. Let's see.
Cooper? No.
Cooper.
Chase.
Chase. No, I don't think.